Okay, so we're holding on Shabbos Taf Beis Amud Aleph. First Mishnah Shabbos begins Yitzias Shabbos. Yitzias Shabbos refers to, as Rashi says, Haitzor Mishus L'Shus. This is one of the 39 Malachos of Shabbos. This Haitzor, which means taking something, an item, and we'll see. There'll be different prokim defining what that is, but basically means transferring an item from one reshus. We'll see what the halachic definition of reshus on Shabbos is. Right? It means there's the reshus hayochid, there's the reshus harabim, and you're going from one to the other. I'm going from reshus hayochid to inside to the reshus harabim, to the street. That is, so even though it's called the malacha grua. But so it doesn't really matter what it's called hotzah, but it could be the opposite as well. You're taking out or you're bringing in. The concept is transfer of reshus. So even though it's malacha grua, you didn't really seem to change anything with what you did, but it's still called malacha. You moved something from one reshus to the other reshus, and this is a malacha which chayiv on Chil Shabbos for it. This is one of the malachas of Shabbos. So now this is a complicated malacha, and there's many prakim and sugyas in Masechah Shabbos to speak about Hitzah. So the first part of Shabbos is about Hitzah, and it begins Yitzias Shabbos Shtayim Shehein Arba. So Yitzias Shabbos has two basic sources, to two basic cases, which are really four. So really, we can categorize types of different Hitzah into four, but it's what we call Chazal Shtayim, two, which really have four variations. So let's see exactly what they are. So, it's really two which are four from Bifnim. We're going to categorize it, we're going to call it Bifnim, which really just means it starts Bifnim. Again, Bifnim always, by the way, means there's Reshus HaYochid, Reshus HaRabim. So you're going in one of those two directions, from Reshus HaYochid, Reshus HaRabim, and Shtayim Shein Arba Bachutz. We categorize from two which are four Bachutz. Okay, so let's listen to the case. Ketzad. Ha'ani oimi bachutz. Now this, again, these are, of course there's a reason for everything, but this is the point is, the fact that he's ani has really nothing to do with it, has nothing to do with anything, it's a mashal. Just giving just a story here. And it showed to demonstrate the hoitzah of the Shtayim Shein Arba see, I think this is Bachutz. Yeah. So let's see the case. So Ha'ani Oimed Bachutz. Okay, this is Bachutz. Bachutz means he's outside. That's it. Now we're assuming he's in the Reshus HaRabim. Not always are you outside halachas leave Reshus HaRabim, but that's the mashal here. That's the case. He's standing on the street. In other words, your house is sitting on the street on, okay, let's say it's called Rechov Ein Ches of Reshus HaRabim. Maybe it's arguable, but it's arguable, maybe. Maybe Reshus HaRabim, and there's a house right over there with the door on the street. So the ani is standing in front of the door on the Reshus HaRabim. So Pasha Ani Yisrael Lifnim. Now he sticks his hand inside. He knocks on the door. They open up the door. V'nasa l'toich yodo shabala v'toich yodo. V'nasa l'toich yodo shabala bayis. And he puts in the hand of the balabayis. He puts something in the hand of the other person inside. So that means in that case, that's the first case, he's taking from Reshus HaRabim, putting it in Reshus HaYochid. He picked it up from Reshus HaRabim, and he put it in Rishus HaYachid, that's Hoitzah. That constitutes Hoitzah. Similarly, same idea, the opposite direction. Osha noto mitoicha v'hoitzi. Now here he's going from the Rishus HaYachid to Rishus HaRabim. He took from the Balabayas, from his hand. Balabayas' hand is also like this. He takes and he's moitzi. So ha'ani chayev u'balabayas potter. So the ani chayev. Who did hoitzah? So that was two cases right there. That was two cases. Where the one goes one Rishus HaYachid Rishus HaRabim, one Rishus HaRabim Rishus HaYachid. Or so Rishus HaRabim Rishus HaYachid Rishus HaRabim. By the way, let me give one more example. I should really give this example. It's important. Rule in Hoitzah is one basic, very important rule. We'll see this. It's demonstrated in a moment. Is that every Hoitzah needs akira v'hanocha. You know what akira means? What it means? What? No. Akira. Akira means you have to uproot it from where it is, oiker it, take it up from, let's say it's in Rishus HaRabim. So you oiker, you pick it up from where it's on the ground, pick it up, and and to complete the hoitzah has to be placed hanocha someplace else. Now, taking it from a hand or putting it that's also could be akira. So to be on the ground, it could also constitute akira. So that's what we did. We assumed there was an akira, and then he put it in the hand of the balabayis, so the ani is chayiv. Or he took it and now we're going to see also holding it in your hand. That could also be you can be a person is that could also be akira nocha. In other words, the fact that I took it from his hand and now I have it by me, that's also called hadach. It's now I'm bunach. The person is stationary. Therefore, that's called bringing the thing to something stationary. Okay. So again, the first case is Pasha Nesiyah. Back again, reading one more time. Pasha Nesiyah Lifnim. He sticks out his hand inside and he's not in the Turkey of Shabbat Bayis. Or he's the same positions. He's still standing where he is, but he's not out. He takes. Toicha means for the hand of the Balabayis, for Hoitzi. Ani Chayiv. And the Balabayis is just standing there. He didn't do anything. He's just sticking out his hand. He didn't do any malacha. He's part of it. Now we're going to see is the concept is he might be assisting. This is also wrong, but he's part of it. He's still not over the chayv chatos. Poshet balabayis is yadu lachutz. Now here, this is what's called the case of whenever the subject is the active as a balabayis, the balabayis is assumed to be inside. So this is shtayim shein arba b'fnim. The case of the ani, he's bachutz. That's called bachutz. The case of the balabayis is b'fnim. Posha balabayis is yadu lachutz. The balabayis sticks his hand out from in his house for nasal to yodel sha'ani, and he puts it into the hand of the ani. So that's called hitzah. You're taking it from your house, from the Rishus HaYachid, and you're placing the object in the hand of the ani. He's in the Rishus HaRabim. That's like placing it in Rishus HaRabim. The ani is standing in Rishus HaRabim. That's transferring an object from Rishus HaYachid to Rishus HaRabim. So it's all. Or the opposite. Shenoto mitoichai. The ani, again, here's the balabayis, is noital from the hand of the ani. Vehichnis, and he brings it inside to the Rishus HaYachid. So in either way, the balabayis is chayiv. Like I said, it never matters which direction you go. You're going from Rishus HaYachid to Rishus HaRabim, or Rishus HaRabim to Rishus HaYachid. That doesn't matter. You're chayiv. Okay, so that's called. In other words, we call that the case of bifnim because the subject is the ani who's bifnim. In the first case, the subject is the the subject is the balabayis who's bifnim. In the first case, we call it bachutz. That's that because the ani is bachutz, so we call it bachutz. So that's you see, it's shtayim shein arba bifnim, shtayim shein arba bachutz. Now what's the arba? We didn't get the arba yet. That's shtayim bachutz, shtayim bifnim. What's the shtayim shein arba? It means there's two. It means there's the basic two, and then we add on. Yeah. So now we continue in the Mishnah. Pashut ani. Now we're going back to the other case, to the chutz. It's yad lefnim. Now this is where it changes. This is where it becomes very important, which I've told you before, that to be chayim in that Torah and Haitzah, you always need both akira and hanocha. You cannot be chayim with one. So the first case always was akira and hanocha. In the second case, we're going to note that there's only one of the two. So let's see the first case. Again, the ani is standing outside. He's poshet yado lefnim, and he sticks out like this. Now what happens is, the next thing it says, what happens? V'not al balabayis mitoicha. The balabayis takes it now on the hand. His hand is outstretched inside. Right? He's in the house now. His hand he's standing outside, but he's putting it in the house, and the balabayis takes it from him. So that's one. Or alternatively, shenosan l'toichai, or the balabayis picks something up. He does the akira, and he puts it in the hand of the ani, and the ani takes it out. That's called the hanocha. But each part of the malacha was divided amongst both of them. One person did the akira, one person did the hanocha. V'hoitzi shneim pturim. So that's the other case. Again, this is the case of the subject is the ani, so it's called bachutz, and there's two scenarios in which you can be potter.
What about the first two cases? If the Balabayas invited the ani inside and told him exactly where to take, the ani went inside and the ani went back outside. The Balabayas and there and all that.
Could be he's beside the Varveira, yeah. If the evil is in Michshel, possibly.
But he didn't physically take
but the reason of Vivera here is because he's allowing it to happen. So yeah, if you let him say take it out, sure. Especially if it's in his house. How the guy, if you wouldn't let him in, he wouldn't be able to do it. So he might get an Avera, but we'll see. The Avera is not the etzem Avera of Hitzah, it's more of Avera of being silent to Avera. Okay, let's see the final case. The final case is the Shtaim Shin Arba B'chutz. Pashut Balabayis is Yada Lachutz. So here the Balabayis is in his house, and he takes the thing from his table, whatever it is, and he sticks his hand B'chutz. And then Natala Ani Mitoichal, and the Ani takes it from him. So that's half and half. Balabayis did the first half, Ani does the second half. Or so other way around. So start the other direction. The ani takes it. I'm sorry, the other way around. The balabayis takes it from the ani, or rather, I shouldn't say that. The ani puts it in the hand of the balabayis. The balabayis sticks his hand out. This is not really push. I'm sorry. The first case again. Let's do it again. Pasha balabayis is yada lachutz, v'natol ani mitaychli. He sticks it, and the ani takes him to the balabayis. So the ani is doing the akira. The balabayis to the akira. The ani did the hanocha, or the other way around. The ani does the akira, puts it in the hand of the balabayis, is sticking it outside, and the balabayis is machdis inside. That's called the hanocha. In both those cases, since they divided off, turin. So that is your shtayim. That's your shtayim. That's your hein arba. That's the hein arba of the chutz. We just call, but whenever the balabayis is the subject, we call it b'chutz. Zokti Gemara. Tanan Hasam. We have to one line. We're trying to keep it on here, right? Tanan Hasam. Okay, Rabbi said. By the way, it's just it's a little bit sometimes conceptually the Mishnah just to get the cases. You just need to go over it. It's not you won't find it difficult to read it over. It just has to be read over to get it. If you don't have the case, yeah. So now, Shvuas Shtayim Shin Arba. Now, what we're going to learn here in the Gemara is going to analyze. We're going to contrast the Mishnah. What's really also a Mishnah in Shvuas also talks about Itzah. but there's a similar there's a similar layout of a Mishnah in Shavuos. Well, there's different types of Shavuos. Okay, the Torah says if a person takes a Shavuot, a false Shavuot, he has to bring a korban. So we say there's a Shavuot that says the pasuk the heart of the hativ. So that means technically, Shavuos shall be to the heart of the hativ. So there's two Shavuos which are chayiv on, a korban oil v'yorei, which means there's a korban in the Torah they have to bring for Shavuos. It's called the korban oil v'yorei because there are different types of, depending on how much money you have, it goes up or down based on your financial ability. And the two basic types of Shavuot, it says lahara. I say I'm going to do something negative to myself. I say I'm not going to eat any oichel. I take a Shavuot. Lahativ, I say I'm going to eat. So either way, if you take a Shavuot and you don't fulfill your Shavuot, so you broke your Shavuot. Then you have to record it. So there's Shtayim, and we're going to see that that's Arba. There's two basic cases in Torah, but we include two other cases. What's the other cases? The Avar. I ate, and he didn't really eat. It was a lie. It's a false shvuah. Or I didn't eat. He really did eat. Okay? So the Shtayim, Shein Arba. Okay, we'll stop here today, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow. We'll continue the Mishnah of Tubah.